New year, new you, and it's time to start setting some goals to achieve this year. You might feel excited going to 2026. You might be a little bit worried. Either way, something's got to change from last year because you didn't hit the goals you set out for yourself. So what's going to change this year? There is one thing you can do to make sure 2026 is the best one yet. Now, having coached hundreds of people, it's the same thing every single time, especially in a big city like London. People make the same mistake every single year. And it's trying to fit their health and fitness around their life. All you're doing by trying to fit your health and fitness around the rest of your life is you're not making it a priority. Whether you mental or not last year, your fitness was probably optional. You trained when you felt like it. You ate well when you felt like it. The minute something came up that was more important to you, your fitness or your health took a backseat every single time. The minute a meeting came up last minute, your gym session would get cancelled. The minute you got offered something that seemed nice at the time and you're in the mood to eat it, you didn't eat healthy that day. And over a whole year, you just had weeks where you were consistent for a few days of training or nutrition, and the other days you weren't really that consistent and you let it take a back seat. Now, that approach isn't going to work. If it's not a priority, and you're not willing to put things behind it, then you're not going to achieve the results. The goals you set every single week, month, and year take a lot of energy to hit. If I want to hit 10,000 followers this year on Instagram, that takes a lot of effort to hit that goal. If I want to lose 10 kilograms, it takes a lot of effort to hit that goal. You have to prioritize. You can't just go in and say, I'm going to just show up when I feel like it. You have to put it at the center of your world. Doesn't mean you can never go out and eat nice food. Doesn't mean you can never see your friends. Doesn't mean you have to lock yourself into a dark room. But you definitely have to prioritize it over other things first. At some point, to actually achieve your goals, your life has to start fitting around your health and fitness instead. So that becomes the priority in your life. The minute someone tries to take you off track, you go, no, sorry, I can't do that right now. Maybe we'll do it Saturday instead. But this week I have to focus on my training and get it done after work. I can't go out for a meal. If someone wants to go out for drinks in the week, you say, sorry, I'd love to, but let me know if you're free Friday or Saturday. We can get a quick drink at some point, but I need to go to the gym tonight. The minute someone says, I'm going to cook you this tonight, you go, I really appreciate you doing that for me, but I'm really trying to lose weight at the moment and that isn't going to fit my goals. The minute you start fitting your life around your health and fitness is the minute you start making progress. Because like I just said, your goals take a lot of energy, a lot of time and commitment to hit. If you want to lose 10 kilograms, for example, you need to be dead consistent for 3 to 4 months. It's quite a big chunk of a year. And you can have the odd day, the odd week where you're not really on track, but there's not much room to not be on track in that time if you really want to hit your goals and you're serious about it. So how can we actually do that? Well, your training sessions have to be scheduled in like a meeting every single week. Train on the same days if possible and make them a non-negotiable, right? You know this already, but you have to get to a point where you've got your Monday, Wednesday, Friday sessions booked. And the minute someone tries to book you in for a meeting, the minute someone tries to get work drinks after work with you, whatever it might be, you have to say, no, I've got to go to the gym that day and that just has to get done. There's no, I guess I'll just do it on Tuesday and Thursday and Saturday. I'll just change it up. No. Start the week off right, get a Monday session in and stick to your schedule. It's your non-negotiable. With meals, start setting boundaries with yourself, right? With social events. So most people in the city where I am now, their calorie intake goes off and you go over your calories because of social events, drinking, going out for meals, going around friends' houses and they cook you a nice big dinner, snacking in the office, right? All of these things that relate to the city lifestyle. You have to start setting boundaries to stay within your calorie targets and your nutrition targets too. So, for example, in the week you say, I'm not going to drink in the week, I'm not going to go out and socialize. I might go and play a sport in a week and see people and say hello to keep myself sane, but I'm not going out for drinks or meals out in a week. I'll leave that to the weekend and I'll try and plan it smartly so I stay within my goals. So I could list all day examples for how to eat your protein intake, your step intake, your training sessions, your nutrition targets, your sleep, whatever it might be. But there's 1 or 2 things that I can strain you from hitting your goals right now. And rather than setting a new year goals of, I want to lose 10 kilograms, I want to build X amount of muscle, I want to, whatever it is, rather than setting yourself big goals, take a step back and reverse it first. Look at last year, or even over the Christmas period, it might have amplified it more. What habits and behaviors are really holding you back from achieving your goals? Is it alcohol? Is it takeaways? Are you Are you smoking weed? Do you know what I mean? Are you going to bed really late? Are you, countless things, right? Are you getting to that point in the afternoon where you're in the office and you eat a whole tub of biscuits? Like, what is the thing that's actually constraining you? There's usually one big thing which you know you have to tackle. So tackle that first. Put boundaries in place in your life that say, my life fits around this, not this fits around my life. Because all you do when you say this has to fit around my life is you put it 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th on your priority list. And let me tell you something, if you have big goals set for your fitness this year, and by the way, a big goal can just be losing 5 kilograms and building a bit of muscle. It's still a big goal. It's still hard to hit. It still takes a lot of consistency and time, right? So if you set in those goals, this has to become something that's higher on the priority list. You're not going to hit these goals if it's 5th, 6th, 7th on the priority list, okay? You probably knew this already, right? But you also know it's difficult to do these things. It's one thing saying it, it's another thing doing it. It's one thing doing it for a day, it's another thing doing it for a whole year. So why is it that people usually don't end up doing this stuff? Because you probably knew that before I said it deep down. You sort of, deep into your consciousness, whatever you call it, knew that there's something you have to change to get to where you need to be. So why are you avoiding it? Well, let me tell you something. It feels restrictive at first. You feel selfish because you have to let people down. And you have to say uncomfortable things to people and let them down a little bit to put your goals first. The big thing though, it's fucking boring. It's fucking boring. You don't want to sit in and not drink. You don't want to not eat that food. You don't want to eat plain, super clean food. It's fucking boring. But the key is about this is it takes about 1 to 2 weeks for it to start feeling comfortable. Once you get over that initial hump, it's so much easier to keep on going with it after a few weeks. It's just getting through that hard patch at the start. So if I go out for a run today, I get to that 2, 3, 4 kilometer point. I have about 10 to 15 minutes in every run where I feel awful. I feel like passing out. I feel lightheaded, my legs feel weak, but it just seems to pass after my body changes gears and I adapt to it. It's the same thing with your fat loss journey this year. When you start putting boundaries in place and stop certain behaviors, you get a friction at first and it feels so uncomfortable. And your body's telling you to stop and your brain's telling you to go and do the thing. Because what you've done all year, you've got peer pressure from other people. Like I just said, you're bored. But when you get over that hump, everything becomes so much easier. So over the next week or two, when you start to implement these behaviors in place, except as soon as it get hard, it's going to be a little bit of a hump. What you can do is just keep riding it out and get over that point. So that's it. Start thinking about what needs to be done this year, or at least for the next few months, to start seeing some change. What's the main thing holding you back? And what is the thing that you need to start making more of a priority out of? And how can you start putting your fitness first ahead of other things? And yes, you always have certain things that come first, like your kids, maybe your job, but you have to start having certain boundaries to get any sort of success for this year, okay? So what does it look like for you? Bit of homework for yourself. Is it make sure you book your training sessions like a meeting? Is it make sure you don't go out in a week and sponge all your calories and alcohol and dinners out that you don't need to do really? What does it look like for you? Everyone's different. And I think the big thing is the goal isn't to be super muscular and have a six pack. The goal is to become the kind of person whose life supports their ambitions and stop putting things on the back burner. It's about becoming the person you want to be and stopping the self-sabotage every single week. Because on the other side of that uncomfortable feeling, like I just mentioned, is the person you want to become. And that is not only great for yourself, but it's great for the people around you, your friends. It's great for your family, your wife and your kids. It's great for people who look at you as a role model. It's so important to do your bit, and health and fitness is a great way to spark that off. Guys, if you found this useful, make sure you put me a follow on Instagram at Jack Hamilton. Also subscribe to me here on YouTube. And one more thing to leave you with. The quote is to stop fitting your fitness around your life and start fitting your life around your fitness. Make it a priority if you want to achieve anything with fitness this year. And that isn't me putting an idea in your head. It's giving you a fact of how to be successful with your fitness. If you go for another year of just not making it a priority, you will not be successful.